Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 287 of Kouryer Podcast. Our today's guest is Mr. Chang Wei Chen. He's a visual development artist at Netflix Animation Studios from Taipei, Taiwan. And of course, in the captions, you can find the ID to his Instagram account and the link to his art station as well. If you want to, check out his stuff more. Of course, if you're watching this episode on YouTube, you can already see a demo of all his works, above us right now. But if you're an audio listener, if you wanted to, check out more of his works, there's a link in the art station down below. So with that out of the way, how are we doing today?
Oh, hi, Tim. Yeah, I'm doing well today. Thanks for inviting me to this podcast. This is my first time to use English to do a podcast. So,
that's awesome. That's good.
Yeah, I'm pretty exciting to see how we go. Yeah.
Yeah, and a little fun fact and side tangent about this episode. Actually, I don't know if I mentioned this in my previous episode before, but the whole backbone of this podcast is a single notepad file called Guess. And in that notepad file, I have like different categories of things, like people who accept, people who come, people who I should message, people who refused to come on the podcast and the reasons. And also there's a category of people who said yes, but they said they weren't ready in English. And Artisticus was one of them. And actually, one thing I did recently, I was like, let me just review that list again. Let's see how many people I messaged years ago. See if I message them back and see if they're ready now.
Yeah.
And actually, I originally messaged you in 2021, I think. Yeah. In 2021. And I think it was spring or winter, I don't know. But it was 2021 and now it's 2024. So after 3 years, we're back. So, and...
Yeah, the time flies, and when you first time to message me, I was just I just ready to like work remote with the Netflix team. So that's the first time I read. Actually, my English just started to improve a little bit. So I just don't have maybe competent to do the podcast. But after 3 years, I feel like, maybe I should give it a try. Yeah. So thanks for asking me again. Yeah.
All right. So, actually, I even messaged a bunch of other people as well on this list, but they never answered. But you answered, so thanks.
Oh,
and so let's start off with the first question of the podcast, which is give us a little introduction on how we got into the world of visual arts and design. Basically, tell us your origin story. If what's led you to choose art as your main thing in life.
Okay. I think it's a really long story because when I was born, when I was really young, like a child, I draw stuff just for fun. Yeah, and my dad sometimes he also loves to draw like some animal or something for me. So when I was really young, I already start to draw something, and also I will attend some art class, and they teach us doing maybe some clay model or some printing art, something like those. But all those stuff is just for fun. And so after a while, about like age 12, I decided, because in Asia we have a lot of maybe academic stuff we need to study, like math, science, and physics, or Chinese, English, something like those. We need to take exam to have maybe good grade to get into good school. Later, like getting like we need to get a good grade so we can go into the good high school and maybe a good college. So at around age 12, I decided I'm not going to keep doing art and go back to just doing study, more academic stuff. Yeah. So during like those 6 years from maybe my 12 to 18, I rarely do any art, but just study. Yeah. And I think the turning point is when I finally finished my study, and I got a quite nice grade to gain, so I can have some option to select which department I want to go to the university. My dad just told me I should choose something what I like. So I was thinking about, like, okay, what I really love before. So yeah, I think I go through like all the department, and I think maybe I'm more interested in something related to art. And so there's option I have. One is industrial design department, and another is computer science. So I end up just choose, okay, maybe the industrial design has something more related to art. So that's why I choose that path. Yeah. So I think everything kind of starts seriously from my university, because I get into the industrial design department. And yeah, but after I get in, and I realized in industrial design, the drawing is actually only a small part of the process. So yeah, so when I just getting, so I actually only enjoy that part of process. Like in the beginning, we draw a lot of design option, and later we need to build 3D model and go to the factory to really make it out as a product. But I realized I only enjoy the first part, like drawing idea, like drawing maybe construction drawing, something like those. So I kind of I was a bit frustration during my university, like the first 3 years. And then one day I just find a Fenzu video, like FCD school video on the YouTube. Then that's the first time I realized, okay, there's a film, there's a entertainment industry, entertainment design industry I can go for. Maybe it can be my future career. So yeah, and that's the time I feel I decide to maybe I should go for that direction. Yeah. So after the university, I start to preparing my portfolio, because I don't really draw too much before. So I try to like just follow what Fenzu say, like he got lots of demo on the YouTube, so I try to follow that and drawing maybe all day. Like, so after 1 year, I apply for the FCD school. So I think that's my art journey start. Yeah.
Yeah, Feng Zhu, that guy is, I think, the one of the most influential people in art in the past couple of years, or I think decades. I don't know, because like out of like a lot of, because he was the main influence and inspiration for a lot of the artists I had on podcasts.
Yeah.
And actually, speaking of him, he recently started uploading to his channel again. He talked about AI in a video, and he's making new videos as well. So if anyone's interested, go check them out. FZD is School of Design Cinema. What was the name of the channel? I forgot. Sorry, this is kind of embarrassing. But if you just type FZD in, I think FZD School of Design. Yeah, just type that in YouTube, and the channel pops up. It has around 140,000, 140K, like, subscribers. I think around that. So yeah, great stuff. I would recommend anyone who's interested to go check it out. And that's kind of an interesting story. But now I want to ask you something else, which is, now you decided that, all right, you want to go to entertainment design and go on that path. But what led you to choose visual development out of all of these, different roles of concept art, character concept art, environment concept art, keyframe artist, splash artist, out of like all these hundreds of roles? Like, well, what made you stuck with, visual development?
I think everything is for me is kind of like a happy accident because I study entertainment design in FCD, right? But after graduate, the first job I did is actually a illustration job, and I just do some board game car illustration for a board game, and because because I don't. I mean, before the FCD, I don't really think about like, okay, I just like drawing, so I get into this industry, but I'm not sure like what type of game or maybe animation or movie or I don't really know what I should where I should go in my career. So I kind of figuring it out during my after FCD like whole process. Yeah. So first I get in the illustration more like illustration job, and later I have a chance to get in a PC game like PS4 game. Then I'm making a like something like action RPG game, and then I get into another region like VR experience, and during this process, I also looking for like what I really love about this industry, and I realized I think the first thing is I realize I see I'm really love stylized stuff and stylized shape, and also I saw the movie like How to Train Your Dragon. I mean, that movie really inspired me a lot, and to that movie make me just go to check their art, and I just feel like okay, that's called visual development, and at that time I just looking for more like visual development stuff, and so even at that point, at that time I still doing maybe more like maybe I working as a concept artist for more like game, but when I doing my personal work, I kind of add some like source or idea, and like I push my shape and color to a bit more stylized, maybe a bit more like animation stuff. Yeah, I kind of combine the things in my personal work, and just luckily I got a chance like they contact my company right now just contact me, so I just get in, and I think okay, that's my thing. I really enjoy doing visual development. Yeah. So yeah, I think the whole process like is also for me to looking for what I really want, and luckily I just get in what I love in the kind of right now. Yeah.
All right. And speaking of visual development, how does your design
Yeah.
process usually go anytime you want to start working on a new piece or project? Like basically, what does a structure of your pipeline look like usually? What steps do you take, to finish a piece? Like, of course, and I know it's different for both professional work and personal work. So if you could tell us, for both, size, how things go for you, that'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
I think the visual development is pretty similar to concept artists in some way, because the video game they focus on gameplay and then they do concept art. But in visual development, it's similar, but the first step might be a storyboard and script story, and then we do the visual development. And for me personally, I mean everyone in my team is quite different, but personally I use a lot of 3D. So my job is maybe a bit more similar like a set design. Like I will for example I will block in the basic set, and then I just design kind of just make a basic set, and I just check in with the director or my outlet, and then I just finish it as like a 3D concept. Yeah, that's what I did most time. Yeah. Sorry. Do you mean anything about the process or?
Yeah, how's your process go? What steps do you usually take in your process? Like the structure of your pipeline, like what does it look like? Like what do you do first, what do you do second, third, and last, like, kind of like that.
Okay. Yeah. I think most time right now, it's actually pretty similar to what concept R for video game do. But for me, I feel like the process I use is similar to doing interior design. Like you make a set in 3D, and the first step is you blocking like all the things we need from a storyboard, and then we just go into maybe sometimes some design master will help me to define some design in this environment, and later I just make every detail to refine this environment. Then I just put many camera, just do a lot of keyframe, and those keyframe are kind of related to what storyboard need, and yeah, that's just like the step I did in the right now. Yeah, so I guess it's a bit different from normal. I think normal visual development you can see online, because it's kind of they know like what I can my skill or what I can do, so they kind of move me into like certain area. It's still in visual development, but maybe more like a bit like 3D side, more refined side. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, and well, now it's time to talk about some of your works actually, because
Yeah.
in 2023 you made some really posts that really went viral, kind of, I think, like the Into the Echo one, like, and also there's a lot of posts on from Into the Echo as well on your art session as well. So tell us about that project. Like, what is it about? What is it? Like, is it for a certain IP? Is it a personal world building project? Like, tell us everything.
Yeah, that project is actually it's a project for a company called, I think it's called Etalk, ETOLK Studio. Sorry, I it's hard for me to pronounce that, but I mean the founder, who is called the founder is Ashley, and he just contacted me because they want to do a MMORPG game in the beginning, like in pretty early, I think maybe in 2020s. They try to do a MMORPG game, and they need some concept artists to do it. So he gave me a chance to join that project. So that's why I got a chance to working on those project, and because they need to do the game and also promote at the same time, so that's why I keep posting some stuff. You can see some artwork on my Instagram, but I think right now I'm not sure. I think they're still in development, but yeah, they just sometimes ask me to do some work for them. So the last time they asked me, so the recent post I did is the last time they asked me to maybe do some more art for their game. Yeah. And yeah. And yeah, sorry, yeah.
No, sorry, I found that you wanted to say something. Sorry.
Oh, I mean that project really helped me a lot personally. Like I try to like apply my knowledge I learned before I learned from another company to use that process. Like normally I do for the games. The process is a bit different because I will do a level design first, and we put in Unreal Engine and we can walk around and discuss what the whole one village looks like and how we walk inside, like how we feel when we walk inside, and then we maybe go back and pick maybe we have 10 house there or three house there. We pick the location and go back to do the concept art. Yeah. So yeah, that's a different process here, because I feel like I remember your question about the process. Actually, I got maybe when I get into different studio, I kind of have different process to deal with the problem, because the team member is kind of different and the number of lane is quite different. So yeah, so I think that one is quite interesting for me. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, when you said how to train your dragon, it was just even before you said that, from your post, it was really obvious that had a huge impact, with the house on the cliff,
Yeah.
there's so many of your artworks, dude. It is out of that IP and universe, which by the way look awesome as fuck. By the way, might I
Oh,
add?
thank you. Yeah,
And
the Viking culture and
yeah,
dragon. That's the things I draw. The dragon stuff that's the things I draw when I was young. So I love this. Yeah.
yeah, and from all of your works, which one is your favorite? In terms of the story that it tells, in terms of a storytelling. Which one is your favorite piece?
I think the one I really love is if we go down a bit down there's a series about the Greek, because I quite interesting in the myth. I'm not sure that kind of culture, maybe
Mythology,
Greek culture. Yeah, mythology, like god of maybe Egypt or god of Greeks, or maybe god of Vikings. I quite enjoy looking at that. So that's the first. That's the series I really love, because I just imagine that project is about those soldier maybe go down to hill to find Hades. So the process they find the dog, the three-head dog. I forgot his name. Yeah, because it's maybe
Cerebrus.
break. Yeah. Sorry. I didn't remember the name, but he just break the door of hell just came out. So the warrior just saw him, and then they just found out, okay, there something happened. So those warrior might need to go into the hell to deal with the Hades. So that's the whole idea about that project. So I really kind of like that kind of mythology, but I want to have my version of it. Yeah.
All right, and yeah, actually, one of my favorite works of you is the Castle and Dragon, which is also, I think, the cover of our session, because it really looks like those old paintings of 200, 300 years ago that people make out of landscapes and things. But it feels like if you lived in an alternate universe that dragons existed, it's like a painting of one of those classical painters of a real event that happened.
Yeah.
That's why I really like. That's why I really like this
Thank
one.
you.
Yeah.
I think that piece, some of my because I really love one artist is called Gray Rukowski, and I'm not sure you know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Yeah, he has really great a bit traditional brush stroke or the style in his digital artwork. So I kind of try to learn from his style, and so do that type of piece, because he also do a lot of dragon and fantasy stuff. So yeah, thanks. That piece was actually kind of happy accident because I just want to do a dragon attack the castle. So and with his art style, yeah.
All right. Now, the next question is, who are some of your favorite artists and designers that have inspired you the most?
Yeah. Yeah, there are so many artists, in my collection right now. But there are some really maybe change me or change my process. I think the first one is, of course, the Feng Zhu, because that's why I get into this industry. Like, I think going to FCD helped me to kind of know how to become a self learner, and also the what Feng Zhu say is still help me a lot even right now. Yeah, like the knowledge he shared on design cinema. So I still really like to go back to see what he say. Yeah, and yeah, and another artist is Aaron Nemonic, and I'm sure you might be knowing him because he was I went to online CGMA online class, and it's called Environment Design 1, and he was a teacher there, so I took a class with him, and he really he has really good skill like in 2D and 3D, and also in design. So like what he teach me, the process he showed me kind of made me understand, okay, I need to like maybe figuring out stuff or maybe design stuff before I do the final painting. So that's changed my workflow at that time. And later I also took a class from Heavy Poly. I think his name called Van Han Lee. Yeah, and he got a class called like Blender for Concept Art. Yeah, and I mean, and that's also changed my process until so that's I think these three artists helped me to like become what I really are right now. Like the way they teach me become my knowledge and skill right now. Yeah, so I think they are the most influence me most. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. And what other non-arts related thing you got going on in your life? Like basically, what other non-arts related hobbies or activities you have in your life that you're actively pursuing?
I think recently before last year, I don't think I have many other hobbies besides than arts or like watching movie animations, that kind of stuff. But like last year, I asked for vacation and I traveled to US, and I feel like and that experience, I traveled to New York and San Diego and Pasadena, and I feel like that experience is really great. So I guess my new plan or my goal is to maybe travel every year, like to experience more stuff and other than arts and animation and those work. Yeah.
All right. And with that being said, we've reached the final section and question of the podcast, which is called Time Capsule. Now, here's the
Yeah.
thing. What it means basically, I'm going to ask you this question. If you could summarize and tell us the most valuable life lessons that you've learned in your life thus far, what are those?
Okay. Let me think.
No worries, take your time.
Okay. Yeah, I think the one things I actually quite believe in my mind is I I really quite believe follow the passion, and also I feel like follow you know, maybe in my culture, um, a, a lot of people, or maybe myself, will inevitably to pursue money, right? Like want to earn more money, but I always have another one of me just tell me not to do it, but focus on like create something what I love, and so maybe people will love it, and that's the thing help me to maybe end up getting, you know, getting better and better, so I got a better chance. So I feel like maybe just what like what people say, just don't care about too much money, but care about like how what I can create or maybe entertain with my audience or others, and the money will just come automatically. But when it's come, you still not really care about it. You still love what you do. Yeah, I feel that's what I believe. Yeah, yeah,
All right. Yeah, just follow your heart and the rest of things will fall into place. Good advice.
yeah,
And well, with that out of the way, we've reached the end of this episode. Thank you so much for coming by after like 3 years of like, radio silence from me.
yeah.
And where can people contact you if they had any questions? Is an Instagram account okay?
Sorry.
Where can people send you questions if they had any questions? Where can people contact you if they had any questions?
If they have question,
Yeah, where can
yeah,
people
yeah.
ask you?
My station or my email.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
They're in the description. Our session is in the description down below, and you can find the email there.
yeah.
And with that being said, thank you so much again for coming by, and thank you to anyone who tuned in and listened. By the way, the huge sound anyone who's listening to the podcast just heard like a couple of seconds ago, it was my setup right here that just fell on my keyboard.
Oh,
So yeah, sorry about that. And yeah, I think that's about it. If there's any comments or
yeah.
suggestions or critiques,
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
my pleasure. Leave them down in the comment section down below. And with that being said, take care, everyone. Stay safe. Till next episode. Bye.
See you.